It's official. We're reading the Republican budget bill, and there are key things missing. Donald Trump's own campaign promises. Remember when Donald Trump promised no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security? Well, the Republican budget bill, according to a tax expert who just testified today on Capitol Hill, does not include any of those Trump campaign promises, despite Republicans over and over again saying that they had hoped to include Trump campaign promises and actually eliminate taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. But that's not the case. And it seems as though the Republicans on Capitol Hill are chanting a different tune to that of the president on the campaign trail. Now, before I continue, folks, if you want to support my work, the easiest way to do so, click the button below, become a paid subscriber to my Substack today, or consider sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. Your support allows me to fight back against attacks on the internet from those who want to prosecute me for just simply sharing the truth. Well, that's not all right now. Reporters from major news outlets were barred from flying on Air Force One in another major attack on the free press. Bloomberg, the Associated Press, and Reuters had their reporters blocked from flying on Air Force One with the president to Saudi Arabia as part of Donald Trump's Middle East swing. As a result, not a single wire reporter was on the plane and is not currently in the Middle East. The White House Correspondents Association condemned the move, calling it, quote, a disservice to every American who deserves to know what their highest elected leader is up to as quickly as possible. In addition, Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. is under fire this afternoon after sharing a picture of himself and his grandchildren swimming in a creek at Rock Creek Park during a Mother's Day hike over the weekend. Normally, that wouldn't be a big issue, but the issue here is that the National Park Service has warned that DC park waters contain high levels of bacteria and other pathogens, making where RFK Jr. swam simply unsafe. He was telling the National Park Service has warned against swimming in those areas, and despite that, Kennedy fully submerged himself alongside one of his grandchildren in an area that could contain highly contagious, highly deadly pathogens. Hopefully, everyone is okay. Representative Sri Thanadar has introduced articles of impeachment against Donald Trump using a special procedure that would require the House of Representatives to vote on whether or not to impeach Donald Trump by the end of this week. Representative Thanadar says that his decision is based on concerns that Trump may have received a luxury jet from Qatar. Republicans on Capitol Hill they continue to acknowledge that Trump's campaign promises are not necessarily in this budget bill, and this budget bill may not even pass as is. Why? Because of the SALT deduction. There is not agreement among red state or blue state Republicans who want a modification in the deduction, and well, looks like it's not going to happen, at least soon. In non-political news, a Kentucky woman found herself in a sticky situation after discovering stacks of boxes filled with lollipops on her doorstep, a surprise delivery placed by her 8-year-old son while playing on her phone. Her 8-year-old son ordered 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops from Amazon. The candy arrived before she could stop it. Now, good news for her, Amazon refunded the entire purchase and was able to send them all back. But that was $4,000 worth of Dum Dum lollipops. Senator Chuck Schumer says that he's blocking all of Donald Trump's Justice Department nominees due to concerns about a luxury jet from Qatar. JP Morgan is no longer predicting a U.S. recession. Donald Trump is set to attend the NATO summit in The Hague this June. Egg prices have fallen about 12.7% this month, which is the largest monthly drop since 1984. The North Carolina State Board of Elections has officially certified Democratic incumbent Allison Riggs as the winner of the state's Supreme Court seat. Riggs was sworn in today during a brief ceremony at a courthouse in Raleigh, North Carolina. In major news from Saudi Arabia, Donald Trump has announced that he will be lifting all sanctions on Syria. CNN has reported that Trump has backed away from his plan to rename the Persian Gulf as the Arabian Gulf after negotiators during negotiations between the United States and Iran essentially made clear that the change in the name would be unacceptable to Iran. In addition, Major League Baseball has reinstated Pete Rose, making him eligible for the induction into the Hall of Fame once again. And Senator Angela Alsobrooks, a Democrat from Maryland, has introduced a formal resolution expressing that RFK Jr. lacks the confidence of both the United States Senate and the American people. Folks, that's all the news right now. You want to support my work, click the button below, become a paid subscriber today, or consider sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas, and I'll see you in the morning.